Mark Nawaqanitawase set to leave the Roosters for rugby return, Fletch.
Yes, well, is it a shock? Is it a surprise?
Not really.
No, he always said, it's always, here comes his word, mooted,
Yep.
that he wanted to go back to rugby. But he should thank the Roosters because how much do you think this previous season has added to his contract?
Well, what did Joey get? Did he get 1.4 or something?
Didn't he get 6 over 4?
So 1.5.
6 over 4, I
Joseph
think.
Lua. Swali'i.
Yeah.
Joey Swali'i.
Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that.
I think it's something like that.
With bonuses.
So Marky Mark, we presented to the Roosters fans, if you could have Joey back, Swali'i, but you had to give up Marky Mark, would you do it? Most said no. So therefore, he's kind of got to the same status.
Mm.
Can he get to the same check?
Okay. I feel so. Well, what will happen now is I'd imagine we won't see him in league after 2027 because
you don't think so? It'll be the World Cup and then
French rugby, Japanese rugby, even English rugby.
So we got him for 2 years, 3 years.
Okay, here's a question for you. Does Kevy pick him for this Ashes tour, knowing that he's going back to rugby union?
Well, my answer to that would be, and I kind of think this for all rep teams, by the way, this whole development stuff, I think every rep team, you've got to win now, right?
Now. Well, Kevy does.
Well, Kevy's got one tour at this stage.
That's right, at this stage.
Yeah.
He's only signed for this tour.
Yep.
So, okay, this leads me to a next question. If you're Kevin Walters, and you know you've got Reece Walsh, who has been going great, but we do know that he has some errors in his game, do you go with Tedesco or Dylan Edwards rather than getting the kid in? Because Reece Walsh is built for what it will be picked for the future.
Yep.
But there's no future. Kevin's future is not locked in.
No, that's right. That's right. And you know what? If he goes the way of Tedesco, he's got a case because we think, well, Teddy's going to win the Dally M, isn't he?
Yes, by a mile.
And even if you had what we were talking about the other day, if you just had an MVP by a panel of 100, he probably still wins that, doesn't he?
Yeah, but then you've got Dylan Edwards now who is going longer into the season. He's the incumbent. His form's slowly getting back to where he is. Like if he has a stormer this week and then a stormer in the GF, it's his.
I think it's different. An incumbent with an incumbent coach.
Oh, okay.
So if Mal's still there with the relationship he's had with Dylan, I think, well, just on that, we probably need clarification. What part does Kevy play in picking this side?
A lot.
But isn't there a selection committee?
There would be, but they've sort of do it together. I think there's two selectors. It used to be a New South Welshman and a Queenslander, but I think those days are gone.
Well, you know, I've got a feel Lockie might be there somewhere, and we'll find out how the Australian side is actually selected. A 22-man squad touring to England for this year's Ashes series in the United Kingdom. So, yeah, fascinating.
Wouldn't it be good if Kevy just came out this week, Edwards v Walsh, up there at Suncorp, Sunday Arvo, and just go, look, this game has a massive bearing on who goes. Like, just as an added sort of storyline. Not that you need it, but I think it could be unofficially.
I think Dylan Edwards is in for a stormer. I feel he's over his yips.
Yep.
And he's back. They're all back.
So Chamis is saying here too, Fletch, Nawaqanitawase expected to snub Australia's Super Rugby franchise in favour of playing rugby union overseas. But because of the Gitto rule, which was brought in, you can now play for the Wallabies. In the past, they limited it to...
You had to play 100 tests.
Right.
That was the mark. If you played 100 tests and you're playing overseas, you could still qualify to play for the Wallabies. But now they've realised that they can't compete with the money overseas. It seems to me that Super Rugby is dying, right?
Do you think with this, I think Super Rugby's the one that misses out in this whole Marky Mark situation, right? Because you've got a player that was playing for the Tars, had a few caps for the Wallabies, come to NRL, get this exposure, now is practically going to walk into a Wallabies jersey in a World Cup year. You're going to see probably other young guys like not go Super Rugby and either go overseas or come to the NRL for their career path to go into the Wallabies.
Macassini?
Well, yeah. Well, that's it. A lot of the young guys are playing in that GPS sort of schools in whether Sydney or Brizzy and playing in those competitions. But, like, this is a case in that it's good for the NRL because you get a flash in a pan with a rugby player. They don't need to play 300 games. Like, Marky Mark's job is well and truly happen for what he's done with rugby league. Like the highlight reels, everything that's happened whilst he's been here in this just over one season in the NRL. There's going to be 3 guys that want to do the same. And that's the best thing from it. They don't need to have these guys come over from rugby to league for 10 seasons. This is what you need. This is how you combat losing Suaalii and stuff like that.
There's not many Marky Marks going around, though.
Oh, no, I understand that, but there is some talent in the rugby.
Yeah,
lines,
but not like
the
this.
pipelines.
Not like this kid. I've never seen a winger do what he's done. Like I can see the ones come up in the air, and I can see the Brian Tolls, coming out of trouble. But the passing, the offloading, the footwork.
You don't think future wingers will be like Marky Mark? Like that's potentially what we've got in the next 5-10 years with expansion. All these.
I thought Izzy Folau was pretty good.
Yeah,
and then Coates came along.
I'll tell you something here, boys, and this is, and I hadn't done anything about it or even spoke to anyone about it. There's a local footy team in one of my son's age groups who, all things being fair, probably should have made the grand final. But most of the kids, they didn't make the grand final in the end, but most of the kids, the reason they didn't make the grand final, because they've got this conflict with rugby or rugby league.
Yeah.
Now, what rugby union have, which they're doing quite well, 13s to 14s, 15s, which league don't have, they're playing for Randwick, they're playing for Oatley, Cabramatta 2 Blues, Warringah. They're playing for these representative teams at 13. So these young good league kids, instead of playing in the local rugby league comp, where you got generally any comp, you've got 4 or 5 kids who are just dominating, right? And that's every age group.
Yeah.
They're playing the rep stuff all over Sydney. So I had a call from one of the dads over there in eastern suburbs, and he's speaking to someone in the South comp. And they're all battling with the same thing where they're losing their best kids because quite often the games are at the same time. And they're losing them to the Randwicks of rugby, for example, and because the kids want to go and test themselves for Bound Sydney. So the NRL, or the New South Wales Rugby League, Queensland Rugby, they've got to get their skates on and I think provide the same opportunity
for those 13,
14, 15. Otherwise, rugby get the jump.
I'm just thinking, when a club puts a kid on a scholarship, i.e. going to a private school, I don't know whether young Macassini is, but
Newington,
100%. Yeah,
I know he's a Newington.
I think
boy.
his father went there.
But do you like if you say, right, I'm going to put you through a private school for your education? Is there any way that if they did that, they could then go, well, I've enjoyed rugby, I'm going to rush league, or do you feel that 2 years after school you've got to be locked into league?
But do you
know what I mean? Like they're going to put you through a private school. When you come out of year 12, do you have to go and play for your?
No. So this, I thought the same thing, Brian, and I thought that the private schools would be anti-league and would be filthy that you've gone their whole schooling and then you've ran off back to league.
Yeah,
I thought that would be the case, but really, what it's about for the schools is their own pride and what they do at the school. They don't really care. So for example,
no, I don't mean that because that's the school putting in scholarships. But what about when clubs get a kid from the bush and then they pay his tuition at a private school? So the clubs are doing it.
Yes. Yep. You see a bit of that too, right? So sometimes there's a shortfall, right? So there might be a 75% scholarship and they might have to pay $10,000 a year. Yeah, and the club might say, well, we'll pay the 10.
But my point is, if it was South, for example, put a kid in from the bush and you put him into Scots College. Is there, and someone might be able to tell me this, what if the kid was playing for the school and then goes, I'm really enjoying rugby, I don't want to play league. So,
gotcha.
So does South go, have they got 2 years after they leave school as a part of the...
It's all on their contract, right?
Right.
So that they
have to...
They can sign them from 15. They can sign them from the age 15.
Gotcha.
And then it's up to the club to how long they sign them. So anyway, 1300 01 1170. The run home with Joel and Fletch. Hyundai's Gammon event has kicked off. Temper 40 Winks text machine 0457 736 736. Without you looking, Brian.
Yes.
On the other side of this, we're going to reveal the RLPA Dream Team. I want you to pick it yourself to see who the players picked and how close you got. The run home with Joel
by the
and
way,
Fletch.
the Giddo rule, courtesy of Matt, 61 days till Alien coming to Australia. 65 tests, Rat said.
Okay, beautiful.
Giddo rule.
Thank you, Matthew. The NRL prelims, you can catch all the action live on SEN. We've got all the finals, including the grand final next week, the NRLW grand final as well next week. The RLPA have named their dream team. The Rugby League Players Association is proud to announce the 2025 Players Dream Team. So, let's do this. It's the 13 positions, of course, 2 centres, 2 back rowers, 2 front rowers, and there's an impact player.
I didn't do an impact player.
Okay, have a think about the impact player.
Impact player.
So off the bench, basically.
Okay.
Best benchy. The fullback, correct, James Tedesco, Brian. The wingers, we've been talking about this bloke. We've been talking about him for 20 minutes.
Oh, Marky Mark.
How did you leave him
Oh,
out?
I left him out.
Okay.
Did you?
Sorry.
So you're half right, Coates.
I got, but I had Brian Todd.
You had Brian Todd.
Recency bias.
Recency
I was
bias.
actually going to throw in Paul Alamotti.
The centres, you've got Critter and Herbie, correct?
Correct.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. 5'8", Ethan Strange.
Got it right?
Correct. Halfback, Izzy Katoa. Correct.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Lock,
I had Carrigan.
Aaron Clark.
Oh,
Aaron
sorry,
Clark, as
sorry.
voted by the players.
Sorry, Aaron.
The back rowers, you have got Ellie Katoa
Oh, I didn't have Ellie.
and...
No, I don't have Katoa. I have Presto
No,
and
yeah.
Hudson.
Oh, sorry. Looking at the wrong Katoa. Preston and Hudson.
And who was it?
Hudson and Ellie Katoa.
Oh, sorry, Ellie.
Recency bites again with Preston.
No, he's had a storm of a year.
Yeah, I know, but it's been Ellie Katoa and Hudson all year, hasn't it?
Fair enough.
Front rowers, you've got Payne Haas. And
no, I didn't have Payne
Joe...
No, you read
Oh,
the
you
wrong
did?
one,
AFB.
Shug.
Okay, I'm reading the wrong one. AFB, you had?
Yeah.
No, it's Joseph Tarpany and Payne Haas.
Well, I got Tarpany.
You got half right.
And what about my hooker?
Dummy half, Harry Grant.
And I'll go and go impact. I'm going to go Kurt Mann.
Oh, well read.
That's pretty good, though.
That's great. Very good. Very good. I think the Daliums will be very close to that as well. Breakdown by team. Raiders and the Storm get 3 apiece. Roosters and the Dolphins and the Bulldogs get 2 apiece. Warriors and the Broncos 1 apiece. Now, there is 2 teams who could make the grand final, Brian, and may not have a player between them. Sharks 0.
Yeah.
Not respected.
Well, only because they've come late.
Yeah. Panthers 0.
Panthers
What's wrong
0.
with that?
Panthers 0.
Oh, when did they do this? They must have done this round 13.
No, but is this the? It's a players' vote. Is this sort of tall
jealousy?
poppy? You reckon?
Jealousy. Maybe. Do you think maybe?
Oh, well, they've pretty much got it all right, haven't they?
There's an argument for Nathan.
There's a big argument for Nathan. Big argument.
But Isaiah, that early part of the year, he was great.
Yep. Great.
I would have picked Ben Tolte, impact.
Oh,
Impact.
yeah, Tolte.
Big impact since he's come
Yeah,
from the Bears.
yeah.
Any Dragons you think could
Not
be?
this year.
No, but do you think? I mean, who got the Gutho got the
Gutho.
Player of the Year?
Holmes, if Holmes kept playing and the Dragons made the finals, Holmes might have got 4th in the centres.
Katoni Staggs would have been close, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he's had a good
Stags,
year.
definitely. Yep.
Boys, James Tedesco becomes the first ever player to be selected by the players 5 times. The fullback returns to the players' dream team following selections in 17, 19, 20, 22. So,
Mickey.
what a gun.
He's won. He's been at the club, the Roosters, for 8 years.
Won
He's
7.
won 7 Jack Gibson's award.
You know who the other one was? Who's the only time since he's been there that's won that wasn't him?
Friend? Jackie Friend?
I'll give you a clue. Avocado.
Oh, Lindsay. Lindsay C.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the only one, Lindsay Collins.
You're still here? We'll see more on the Joel and Fletch socials and catch us live on SEN Radio. Because if you don't, you're an A grade. But if you do, you're the absolute Mickey.